What's up, Broncos country? It's comedian Brad Williams here. We have a really exciting day today. We are going to spend the day with Broncos legend, one of the greatest Broncos quarterbacks of all time, Jake the Snake Plummer. We're going to talk to him, see what he's up to, see how he's keeping busy after his playing career, and see how he's helping a lot of other former players stay busy too. It's going to be a great day. Let's go, Broncos country. Now, I have never played pickleball before. But let's be honest, the whole concept of pickleball is a smaller tennis court. I like smaller. Somehow, I don't think the push-ups will be necessary, Mr. Plummer. I think you will be able to take me without the push-ups.
I didn't know if I'd have to play by myself today or what.
No, you have a not too trained opponent. This is gonna be my first time playing pickleball.
Nice.
Go easy on me.
I will. I like to stretch and get a little loose before we go play. And
Now, if a rookie dwarf beats you at pickleball, will you quit?
no, I get beat a lot, man. That's part of this. But I'm interested because I always tell people pickleball is kind of like if you got shrunk down onto a ping pong table. So here we go.
There we go. I should be great at this game. This is perfect. When did you start getting into pickleball?
It was about 6 years ago.
Yeah?
I spent a lot of time sitting, played against some 7-year-old ladies and maybe a 67-year-old guy. And I played about 3 or 4 games, and then that next day I could hardly walk. It hurt. I was in pain, and I'm thinking, I gotta start moving. So I started playing more pickleball. It's a game I can play 2 to 3 times a week, and my body is not gonna be completely beat up. And it's a fast-growing sport, so there's games everywhere.
Everywhere.
And paddles.
Yeah. Oh, carbon fiber.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
All right. So yeah, it's a fun game. It's what I've been doing to just stay active and move around and you know.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep up with a professional athlete today. So let's see how this goes. All right, let's hope the only pop you hear is the ball and not my ACL.
Yes. So close to the net as you can get is a good shot.
Okay.
Because if you hit it up, I'm gonna smash it at you.
Okay, so.
Do it again and see what happens.
Oh!
That's net love right there.
Did you have a favorite quarterback growing up?
I loved watching Elway. We lived in Boise, so we got Denver games all the time. My grandma, Elway was her favorite player.
Love that.
You know, I watched a lot of football growing up, watched a lot of basketball, baseball. I mean, basketball was my favorite sport to play. I loved playing hoops.
When did football first start creeping into your life?
About in the 5th grade, I begged my mom to play Pop Warner. We were playing tackle football and all that at recess anyway.
Yeah.
So my final argument was, I'm gonna have pads on, Mom, it'll be safer than recess. And she said, okay. So I got to play, and that was my first, you know, bit going into organized football. Otherwise, I mean, I was always playing. My brothers, we were throwing the ball. I wanted to beat them or be on par with them, so I was super hyper competitive, as they were also.
Yeah.
And that competitiveness can be a poison, but it also can be a positive when you just never give up. Oh!
When you're coming up and you're playing sports and you start playing football, was it a right away thing where you could tell, like, oh, I've got something here, or was that more in like the high school years?
Yeah, Pop Warner was just fun. I just liked running around. I ended up taking my best friend's spot at quarterback because I could throw the ball, you know. And
it became evident very early you had an arm.
after I started at quarterback, they gave me the position on Pop Warner. All my buddies, they were a little upset that I took Casey's job.
Sure.
So the next day at recess, they had the team captains and they started picking, and I was the last. They made me the last pick to show me, like, well, you're no good, we don't want to. I'm like, okay. So the next day I was one of the captains, and I picked all the guys that I knew would be the last picks. I picked them on my team. We ended up beating them, and, like, you know, they weren't the best, but they felt like, oh, and just that feeling to be included and to have the belief in each other.
Yeah.
And that's what I carried on through high school, college, the pros, that, hey, we can win this game. Even if I knew we were way outmanned, no way. Hey, if we all step up, you know, let's do this. We all make each other better.
You step up, you, whoever it is, gotta step up. Someone gotta make a play. Let's go, let's not panic. We're fine, let's just play, let's go.
Nice. Oh, what? That's a sick shot. That angle, that was dope.
Have you called some of your old teammates and been like, hey man, what are you doing to stay active? How you doing? Like, come meet me at the pickleball court. Like,
Yeah, I've called a few of them, getting ready to have a gathering where the guys come out, try to get them some gear and get them out on the court.
I can imagine that once that part of your life goes away that's been there for some guys since they were 8 years old, it's hard to find that next thing that gets you up off the couch.
Yeah, and it's interesting as we play, we're training constantly. And then you're done, and if you don't maintain some level of activity or actions that are positive, it's a fast decline because our bodies do get beat up. We have to move, and these guys got to remember you still can regain some of that if you just get after it. What I've been helping a lot with these guys is trying to get them to understand, what they're putting in their body is really important. And I've been given the opportunity to work with some things in nature now with functional mushrooms that is a confusing topic, but if I can live it and breathe it and believe in it, and it helps me and to show them and get them to try it.
There's that stigma, you say functional mushrooms. I'm glad you said functional mushrooms.
This is nutrition. This is a food group we stopped putting in our bodies only about 100 plus years ago when we kind of went away from nature as a way to heal, or a way to stay in balance, I should say. My mom raised me to be healthy, eat nutritiously, and watch what you put in your body. She was giving us all that stuff growing up. So it's a natural thing for me to come back to it and try to get these guys to listen a little bit.
Whoa!
Oh.
All right.
At the end of the match, you usually come up and exchange paddles, or a lot of times just give a little.
Oh, that was a great game. I'm feeling active, I'm feeling good.
So I think it'd be great to go get a drink, maybe like a coffee or a smoothie or a little drink at a place called Myco Cafe in Boulder. We can go get a yummy little drink if you want.
All right, well, yeah, might make me shoot up a couple inches. Let's go.
You never know. Let's do it.
So here we are, Myco Cafe.
Yeah.
This is the spot for you.
This is one of my spots, in town. I'm gonna meet somebody, or if I wanna go do a little work, I come here to the Myco Cafe. As you can see, Colorado's first mushroom-themed coffee shop and art cafe. All right, here it is. Ramsey, this is Brad, my buddy.
Brad,
this is Ramsey.
what a pleasure.
Nice
He
to meet
owns
you,
the
Ramsey.
cafe.
Wonderful.
This is one of our Sporiers.
Sporiers.
Sporiers of the light.
We gotta get you a Sporier jersey.
And so he's got our Umbo bars, which looks like he's sold out of our
Apparently-
dairy-free.
Look at that. We did not plan
There we go.
this. We came
get
here,
hot, huh?
and Jake's Umbo bars are sold out. There's still a few honey walnut pecan, but the honey macadamia nut cashew gone.
And then we got our Myco Love Farm, which is my farm in Fort Lupton that I helped get started with some guys.
Nice.
That he's selling our tinctures also. So
Nice.
I always come to say thank you and support a guy that's doing great work for all fungi.
Can I do a matcha latte with the Mega Myco blend?
I'm gonna get a dandelion root latte with oat milk. Thank you, my friend.
Well, cheers to all the Sporiers out there.
Cheers. Yes.
That's very tasty. I was expecting it to be like really earthy and very like you're like drinking maybe like just flavored dirt, but that's a matcha latte.
Well, the extracts he's using are reishi, lion's mane, cordyceps, turkey tail.
yeah.
We want to say lion's mane for the brain, cordyceps for your lungs, reishi for the nervous system, turkey tail for the gut. But the extracts are pulled from the mushroom and put into glycerin. So it's actually a sweet, pretty sweet taste.
Now, I live in Los Angeles, so I don't really recognize this as a coffee shop because I don't see 8 people writing their screenplay. But this is definitely a cool vibe. Let's go back to when you started playing football at ASU. First of all, what was the recruiting process like? How did you choose ASU?
I had a lot of people help along the way, and one of them was my high school coach, Steve Vogel, who since has passed. You look at my life and where I got to, think, oh, I did this was me. Like, nah, there were a lot of people doing work for me that I didn't know until long down the road. My coach, Steve Vogel, was sending out VCR tapes to everybody that asked. I think it was June 1st in the summer. It was 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. I'm sleeping in, it's
Sure,
summer.
summer.
My mom knocks on the door and wakes me up. It's Arizona State. It's Bruce Snyder. They're wanting to offer me a scholarship. Coach said, you are a key component to what we're building at ASU. And I said, well, what are we building? He said, a national championship team. The confidence that put in me, like, I felt like I was here for a reason. And I was also, you know, scared. I had great people surrounding me, and I assumed the leadership position because you're the quarterback, and that's what I feel like that's what I was there to do. And we had a lot of fun. We had some tough years, though. I didn't want to play football after my sophomore year.
That was
Eight guys got drafted, and we went 3-8.
Yeah, it probably doesn't feel good knowing that, like, okay, now we're 3-8, and we got to build this thing up.
Yeah. My mom, of course, came to the rescue.
God
She
bless
just said,
Mom.
keep being yourself, keep leading. You work hard, and everybody will eventually do that.
Well,
Things flipped.
All the Broncos country owes your mom a thank you. When you got back into camp and you start getting ready for the next year, can you see that this team is going to be better already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we had some really good senior leadership on that squad. Bruce Snyder allowed that. He was a great coach. We had so many amazing guys come through that program. And that was my junior year, and we barely missed a bowl game that year. Ends up we were 6-5, and yeah, back to the drawing board. And then we added a couple guys in the off season that made a huge difference. Yeah, and then we really put in the work after that season.
Then a one-loss season the next season.
Yeah, 11-0
So,
till the Rose Bowl.
yeah, but that just kind of shows the progression. It shows the tenacious attitude you got to have. Can't quit. Things can turn around if you put the work in. During that senior year, is a part of you going like, I'm going to be a professional NFL player?
It dawned on me before that year when I got interviewed during the off season. A reporter asked me, are you going to come out and declare for the draft? And I was like, oh, what? I'm a junior. No, I've got unfinished business here. And I really didn't care that the league was there. I mean, it was there. What can I do really to get there? I can do the best I can right here at ASU. And so that's where my focus was. I even played in the Shrine and the Senior Bowl. After we went 11-1, finished third in the Heisman, and like I wasn't a first round pick because Mel Kiper said I wasn't big enough, I didn't weigh enough, and I wasn't durable enough. And you know, it didn't matter. I didn't care to be a first rounder. I was glad just to get drafted. I just wanted to get a chance.
Draft day, are you surrounded by family, friends?
We were having fun. You know, my family was down. We were going out and partying, and I was playing golf the morning of the draft. So I went and got back to the hotel. I was tired. I went and laid down, and my agent, he came in and tapped me on the shoulder and woke me up and said, hey man, you got drafted. Cardinals. Wow. And I was like, what? And at first it was like, I've been here. I wanted to experience another city. You know, I've been there, I'd done my thing, and then it dawned on me like, man, I don't have to move. This is cool. Plus, the Cardinals, awesome. I'm gonna go to a team that needs somebody like me to light a spark and see what we can do. Yeah, I was grateful for them for drafting me 12th pick in the second round, and they're my next start of my journey. My dream now was very attainable.
Well, as you can see, I have finished my matcha green latte with all the mushroom blends. Is there another spot we can go, work out some energy? One of your favorite spots in Colorado?
Yeah, there's nothing better in Colorado than the nature around here and the ability to get up in those hills and the mountains. So I say let's go up and kind of find a spot to go talk with a tree or hang out with a rock or maybe listen to a stream.
Nothing to me sounds better than that right now. Let's go listen to a rock.
All right, man, let's do it.
I know we're now almost 2 miles high, but this takes your breath away.
Yeah, that's the beauty of living here in Colorado. I mean, this is just 20 minutes out of Boulder, 15 minutes up the road. You can come up here and kind of get some peace and quiet.
So clearly, like, you see this and you seem like this is something that would really be attractive to you. I mean, is that something that after Arizona, were you looking for in a city?
When I was playing ball just down the road in Denver, we'd come up here once in a while, catch a concert. I'd come up and go on a hike. And so when I was thinking about where would I want to live, I like the city, but I don't want to live in a big city. And this is a great community, and living here with people that enjoy being outdoors, they have a good reverence for Mother Nature, for clean water, and preserving some of this for future generations. What's out here is basically an apothecary, an entire pharmacy of plants that can heal us. Everything we need is provided by good old Mother Earth. Nature is where it's at. It's proven that it helps with depression. Yeah, man, out our back door we got A beautiful
All
place
this.
to roam.
So your contract runs out in Arizona. You're a free agent. What's that process like for you?
It was time for me to move on and go somewhere else. And so the free agency, I didn't know who was going to be excited. And the rumblings around here were that they wanted a new quarterback. And so my last game as a Cardinal was here, and the crowd was chanting, "We want Jake. We want Jake." And I'm in the game, and I'm like, they are packed. But I made the decision to come here really for the opportunity to be coached by Shanahan and to play in what I saw as a first-class, top-notch organization. So like I'm coming to a place that has a standard and knows like when we say Super Bowl this year, there's a good chance we'll be there.
Yeah.
And they're going to do whatever it takes.
First, I want to start by saying I'm honored and privileged, excited about every other adjective that could be positive to be here and be part of the Denver Broncos organization.
Were there any teammates early on that had been here that kind of talked to you, reached out to you, kind of showed you the city, told you what it's all about to be a Bronco?
Yeah, I mean, John was one of them. I talked to John.
Yeah.
You know, he said, hey, you just be you. You know, you play hard, you fight, you show them you're a competitor, and no matter what happens, they're going to love you in the end.
Yeah.
And he was right. I tried hard, I played hard, I went out every game. In turn, now they love me for that.
Jake the Snake.
Oh, man.
That guy can play right there, though. Let me tell you something. He makes plays.
The nickname The Snake, when did that nickname start coming into play?
Nicknames are great. You know, I wouldn't be Jake without my third grade teacher. I was Jason until then, and there were 4 other Jasons, and she said, you got to go by something else. You can't be Jason. And I said, I go by Jake, and so that's how she introduced me to the class. From that day, I was Jake. I was skinny and quick and hard to catch, and my brothers started calling me Snake, and then people started calling me the Snake. And when I got to ASU, though, I signed my first really autograph session with Jake the Snake, number 16, and so that became my nickname.
Come on, Jake, make a play. Make a play.
Here's the boot. Plummer pumps once.
You got him, Jake. You got him.
Now throws deep. He wants Smith. Runs there. Runs. Got a foot race. 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. That is a Denver touchdown. 85 yards.
Hey, who said the old man couldn't go deep?
You retired at age 32. 32, relatively young. Were you at peace with that, or was that a really hard time in your life?
In 05, when we made it to the AFC Championship game, had we gone and made it, I was going to retire after that.
Yeah.
So that opportunity to go then didn't appear, so we went one more year, and I was ready. My body was beat up, not just physically, mentally I was beat up, spiritually I was pretty beat up from just the pressure to be the face of an organization like the Broncos, and I was giving it my all. And so when I was ready to go, I was ready to go. I was done. 10 years was a great spot, double-digit career. I was ready to get married and start traveling and be back to see my family and just get back to living.
Forge in these mountains.
Yeah, so that was it, you know, and after that, I haven't looked back. I don't have any regrets. I had an amazing run, 4 years at ASU, 6 at the Cardinals, 4 here. Like, my God, I did more than I ever thought I would do.
When you look at quarterbacks like a you who played in another city before, a Peyton Manning who played in another city before, but yet when your playing career is done, you stay here in Denver. Is it the city? Is it the fans? Is it how the organization still embraces you, or is it all of those things?
When I came back after 5 years, I moved to Boulder. So there was a little bit of that anonymity that I craved, to be able to just be as normal as I could be, to feel just like I was just another human doing my thing. And it's still great to have access back to the organization that has been there. They welcome me back. They have a lot of alumni events. I do appearances. I go to the games, I go walk into the stadium. I don't need an escort. I don't really care to be in the suites. I want to sit in the stands.
I love the fact that you go and sit with the fans, that you're not just in the suite like, no, let's get down in the dirt and let's have some fun.
Living here, it's great to have the connection there to the team that this state goes crazy for.
You can see why players like you, after playing for the Broncos organization, why you still live in Denver. The list goes on and on of players that still live in Denver. I mean, you can be in the city, you can experience that. You can come up here, experience this, and I'm glad and happy that you've gotten to experience all that in your life here, Jake.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And John was right, man. The fans here are pretty outstanding too. Well, it's magical as always. It's snowing. I think I've kind of showed you around a little bit of my favorite spots. So how about you tell me, where would you like to go?
Man, well, if I'm talking Denver and I'm with Jake Plummer, there's only one place I can go. Let's go to Empower Field at Mile High.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it, baby.
Let's go. All right, so we're back here at the stadium. You having a little bit of a Pavlov dog reaction? Are you getting excited?
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah.
You know, there's a different buzz though when there's no fans.
That's true, because right now where we're walking on a game day, you'd be surrounded by both people that love you and hate you. And maybe if you didn't sign something, they'd turn from love to hate real fast.
Yeah.
So this would just be lined with fans right here.
Yeah, there was some, partitions up and we'd walk through, and driving to the stadium was always, it was kind of getting ready to go face it, get out there and put work, what you did all week, put it out on the field. It's time to go to work and get it done. And so I was always very kind of tunnel vision and focused and know what I got to do. The fans are at that moment, they're just part of the, they're part of the periphery.
Do you get some creative heckles?
Here it was love usually, but on the road, there was some, especially down in the black hole in Oakland.
Oh, I mean, that's a whole nother level.
I mean, when you got some 7-year-old ladies flipping you the bird, and cussing you out, you're like, oh, okay.
You're someone's grandma.
But yeah, all in all, this was just the experience of coming in, you're stepping out of reality and now stepping into what is, what we were here to do, to come play the game, to come play ball, and almost like an alternate reality where now we're on stage.
Now the outside world doesn't exist.
Yep.
Now it's only here, it's only now.
I don't know where my family's sitting, I don't know how they're getting to the game. All I know is I'm going in to do what I gotta do, and that's try to get a dub today for the Broncos.
Denver with a resounding victory tonight. Broncos 31, Raiders 10.
All right, back in the locker room. Have a lot of memories kind of coming back in for you?
Oh, of course. It's usually there'd be some linemen sitting here all taped up, laughing, maybe watching another game. And yeah, it's just the calm before the storm. You come in and get ready to go.
I know you look around now, the locker room's so modern. Is this a lot different than what it was for you, or pretty much what it was?
It's really close. There's just a little more, little upgrades.
Now what does this do right here?
They say like the vibrations just shakes up your body and your cells and gets everything moving. Woo!
All right, now
feels good.
I got to try this thing. What do you do?
You just hit that. That might have hit it again. There you go.
Yep, that's right.
Bend your knees.
Oh, wow, that
feel
does change it. Yeah. This is how it feels to be a professional athlete. Yeah.
Can you feel the vibrations?
I can feel the vibrations. Right now I'm ready to get out there and block Khalil Mack. Or tackle Jimmy Garoppolo's pretty face. Whoa, okay, all right. This is what we do. Now, when you arrive in an NFL locker room, are some guys quiet? Are some guys out here slamming their heads against walls, shoving people? Is there music playing? What was normally the vibe?
We're coming together as a team. We've put the work in. Everything's done. Now it's just time to prepare yourself to go out to this field. Some players would get here real early and just sit around, just getting ready. Usually you're sitting in groups, so you're with your position.
Yeah.
So you can kind of cover any last minute adjustments or get stretched, go out to the field. I always like to go out, kind of jog around a little bit, get the blood flowing, and come back in. Maybe get stretched a little bit if I was nursing any injuries or needed any work done, get it done, and then from there on it just kind of ramps up. You got to. I'm looking through my book too, because we'd make changes, and I'm trying to just make sure I know everything.
We're gonna go shotgun empty left. 23 scat wide Buffalo. Sharp, you're breaking a slant versus 2 to that side, your side. Right. Plus look quick too anyway. If they come strong, I gotta hit you.
Once that book goes into the bin and you're done with any type of game changes or to the game plan, then it starts. You know, you're getting your ankles taped, you're putting on your uniform, and it becomes very ceremonial. It becomes like, hey, it's time, and you can like, I always would like to gauge what's going on with my guys. Like I would just kind of look around, you know, try to catch some eye contact with the guys, and like, you know, I know John Lynch is coming, he's ready. I know Rod Smith's ready, Al Wilson, no doubt, Tommy Nalen. There's no doubters all around the room, but I want to look at them too so they can look at me and go, all right. But then the other guys, you know, I'm walking around, I would always go around the whole locker room before and just like give a little love and like, hey, let's have a good day today. We're gonna play together. Pretty calm though.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to exert a whole lot of energy.
Not before
football.
football.
You need it all for those 4 quarters. So you're not, I mean, I tried to stay away from that because that's just, I'm burning energy that I really need. The guys knew I was ready.
Whew. Ready? Yes, sir.
Now, were there certain players, certain teammates, like you mentioned, your Rod Smiths, Al Wilsons, John Lynch's, were there certain, almost kind of like cornerstones, players that you had to go see just to be like, okay, you always put me in a good mood, you always put me in a good state of mind. Like I have to go see this guy before.
Yeah, you named a few of them right there.
Yeah.
I mean, like Al Wilson for sure. I mean, he was the heartbeat of that defense.
This is what the NFL is all about. Bring it today, man. For 60 minutes, hey, kick their ass on 3. 1, 2, 3, kick that. Throw the ball 16. I'll tell you, he found that thing tonight, baby.
5-man rush. Jake's got Rod Smith wide open. Inside the 10, inside the 5. There's his first touchdown reception of the season.
Yeah, but once you when you do finally have that final team meeting and then you buckle it in and you're getting ready to go out on the field, that's when it's like, ooh, you start really feeling just like every cell in your body is alive.
Well, we're not exactly going out to battle right now, but we're here, so why don't we go out to the battlefield? Let's go out and see the field.
Let's do it.
All right.
Love it.
So I don't know exactly how to put it into words, but you've done it, so I hope you do the best of your ability. How does it feel to run out of the tunnel as a Denver Bronco?
There's so much adrenaline coursing through your veins. You got the fans going crazy. Yeah, I would stand right here, give everybody 5 or hit them on the shoulder. Look every player in the eye. So like as we go out, I've just now looked at them and gone like, I'm here, let's go. You good, you ready? That was the way I related to the guys, you know, so they could feel me and I could feel them. But standing here, you know, with the tunnel and getting ready to come out, there was always like that. It's a huge buildup of emotions and adrenaline, and you hear the crowd and they're screaming, and you're just like, when's my name called? And you run out and the crowd goes crazy and the cheerleaders are going crazy and your teammates are giving you, I mean, it's just a rush. There's nothing to compare to that. Anything.
Yeah, I was about to say, anything in your life that has ever compared to that?
When 70,000+ people screaming in a stadium, nothing. I mean, you don't get to recreate anything quite like that. But to come out into this and have like the whole place light up, you know, it was really special.
Yeah, because you've been back and you've watched from the stands. You've gotten the fan perspective.
My first game back to really come as a fan, I was in the suite. I didn't feel right in the suite. You know, it didn't feel like there was a glass partition and everybody was dressed up and smelled really good, and I'm like, so I asked if I could take off, and your pass gets you anywhere. So I walked out, walked down to the mezzanine there, and started talking to the security guard, and he's like, hey, you know, you really Jake? And I'm like, yeah, how'd you know? And he points at my shirt and I got a name tag.
Hi, my name is
So
Jake.
I just about walked around the stadium with my name tag. But from there, I started walking along the mid-level there, and all the parachuters were coming down.
Yeah.
So I'm walking thinking, there's no way I could do this, but I could because everybody was looking up. And I just was like walking through the stadium like, here I am. And I walked all the way over here to I think section 108. And I just watched the first half from there.
Wow.
And it really hit me hard when Peyton got introduced to his first game here.
Yeah.
And the crowd went crazy. And then I went, oh, that used to be me. And it really hit me like, man, what a time in your life. Like,
No kidding.
they used to do that for me when I came out onto this field, and now they're doing it, and it just really it hit me hard. The national anthem and everything, that build up, all those emotions just kind of welled up, and it was like, wow. And then at halftime, I saw Rod Smith, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Get down here. And so I came down, jumped on the field, and watched the game from the field, and they won their game, and everybody was ecstatic, and I went outside the stadium, and I sat down on the grass and was like, wow, I used to be a part of sending home 70,000 people happy and ecstatic. It felt so like, okay, I see now. It took it was a different meaning, a different level for me to have been in it like that, and to see it from not having to perform, but just to be a fan of it, you know,
Yeah.
and to watch it. And so that was really a special game. And I had a ball from the sideline.
Yeah.
The equipment guys gave me a football. I'm walking to my car. I let the crowds go, and it was pretty much died out. And I was walking to the car, and in front of me there's a family. And wouldn't you know it, one of these kids has a Plummer jersey. And I was like, hey, thanks for wearing that jersey. And I had a pin. I signed the ball. I was like, here's a ball. And it was like, you know, it was really cool. It was like,
What
I
a
was by
moment.
myself, you know.
You're not expecting that to happen as a fan.
No, but to
Oh
come
my
back
God.
and have that experience in this stadium, that it was so amazing, such a great time in my life, to see the crowd go crazy and to know I was doing that. Like, I used to do that. Wow, pretty badass.
And I mean, you say, you know, oh, I used to do that. That used to be me. It's still you. It's
Yeah.
still you. They cannot take that
Can't
away
take
from
that
you.
away.
No,
No.
you did it.
I had 4 good years here, great run, and yeah, made a lot of great buddies and formed a lot of great memories. So during the action, I oftentimes think back to try to remember what was going on, and it's just when the ball was snapped, there was nothing outside of a little bubble that I was in, nothing. That's the parts that kind of baffle me still, is like, what was going on when that happened? You know, how was it to be able to like completely shut out the screaming and the noise, and go into this hyper-focused moment? Yeah, that was the fun part, you know. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's called the zone, I guess, or
And that's
honed in, and
that's what you've trained to do.
Plummer with the play fake, being chased. Throws, pass is going to be caught in the back of the end zone by Rod Smith, and that is a Denver touchdown.
That ball just thrown where no one was going to catch it except for Rod Smith.
yeah, I mean, even getting sacked, where
Sure.
I would throw and, oh God, I'm getting hit, just
Yeah.
go limp like
Yeah.
play dead like a possum, and wondered if it was a completion or an interception.
Good catch, Sharp.
Here, you knew,
Man.
man. It was loud. It was
That
they
had
were
to be
in
a
it.
that had to be a feeling. Throwing a ball, you get hit, you got a D lineman laying on you, and then you just hear, and you knew.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
awesome. Yeah, man, you'd want to get up and see where they ended up.
Oh man.
Nothing better than scoring a touchdown, though, man. When it was touchdown, I celebrated every single touchdown I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
Every touchdown pass I threw, I sprinted down and celebrated it. It was like, yeah, those were the moments, man. That's what we did it for.
That's great.
Yeah.
Like, think about your memories as a kid watching football, watching the Broncos up there in Idaho. You were that.
Plummer rolling, throwing, hitting, touchdown, Rod Smith. Jake Plummer, boy, that was a nice roll on the run, right on target.
Yeah,
You
that's-
did that for people.
That's really looking back on it, and you sometimes wonder why I put my body through this, all this and that, but it was that. It's those memories that I formed with myself, and bringing those memories to somebody who, you know, went to every game with their father, and now they have those memories to live on, and I was a part of that. Yeah, it's a really special thing, and it goes by so fast.
4 years.
So fast,
So
man.
fast.
I don't look back on anything but with great feelings and great pride in what I accomplished. And, you know, like I said, I wish I'd like to have played more years here or gotten here sooner,
Yeah.
because this organization really knew how to do it, and I enjoyed playing on this field. And the fans, they brought it. I'm happy to be part of that, and I got to play with some phenomenal humans too.
Still so special to be out there on that field.
Oh, always.
Now, as we sit here in the locker room, I want to show you some photographs of some of your most memorable moments as a Denver Bronco. When you see this wild man running down the field without a helmet, trying to put a juke on someone, what do you think?
This is my nightmare I have now. Like, I can't find my helmet and I got to go play. What the heck? Yeah. It's kind of weird to see that in the action to have no helmet on, but I remember that was against the Jets.
3rd down and goal. Putts here in motion, wing right. Plummer, boots, in trouble, pulls away, loses his helmet.
And Jake Plummer, I tell you what, he is a magician. Some things he escapes from is amazing. That time he gave the guy his helmet and then kept going.
Yeah, you don't forget your helmet.
Yeah. Now, look at this stud right here.
Wow.
Now, when the Broncos were bringing this guy in, we knew business was about to pick up.
They made me have that face. I'm always smiling there. Can you give us a serious look?
Yeah.
Wow, I was young looking there.
Seems like this one right here.
Oh, hey.
So there's you and Champ. Did Champ ever give you any fashion advice?
No. The guys didn't care. My fashion was very less about fashion and
Your
more
fashion
about
was
function.
Jake.
Just function.
Yeah, exactly. So when did the facial hair really kick in?
You know, I grew the beard. I started growing it, and it was really nice.
Hey,
I
man.
think I kept it because a lot of people didn't like it, and I wondered why. Like, I took a lot of flack for facial hair, and then there was a moment. I mean, I think Tom Brady had a beard, and then everyone in the whole league had a beard, and even Roger Goodell had a beard, and everybody was like, beards are the best. But I took a lot of sweat for that, which I don't understand.
Well,
why.
hey, thanks for bringing the beard back.
I brought it back,
because,
man.
My wife will not allow me to shave this beard.
Hey, there we go.
Look at these.
We had really, really amazing years together. The last year, you know, there was a little falling out. You know, we've talked through it though. We've gotten together, had dinner, had lunch. He's helped me with some stuff I'm working on. I stay in touch with him. A very caring man, a family man, and a genius when it comes to football. I look at my career. I mean, you look at what I did up until here, and then what I did here, and the numbers I put down.
All-time passing yardage for a season, 4,089 yards. Also tied the record in touchdowns. Great job. Great job.
It was his genius putting together a game plan to suit my skills, and also why we butted heads a little bit was because he would push me constantly to improve on the skills that I needed to improve on, and so I met some of that with resistance, but he kept on me to get better. He was always pushing to do that, and look at the tree, his coaching tree, and who's coaching in the league now, and I tell you what, that offense, that system that he learned from the great Bill Walsh has expanded into this league, and it's amazing to watch it happen.
His fingerprints, to say the least, are
But he
all
should
over
be in the
this
Hall
thing.
of Fame. It's got to happen.
Let's go.
He's a phenomenal football
From the
coach.
snake's mouth to God's ears, Mike Shanahan for the Hall of Fame. But you have some good memories looking at these photos?
For sure, man. And I played with some phenomenal guys. There's some that may not get listed, some of my favorites, like Reuben Drones.
Reuben Drones.
I mean, Reuben Drones was a running back. Like,
yes,
if I could build a running back, that's it. The guys I was tight with too, like Nate Jackson, who didn't have a stellar career here, but he was part of our squad.
Wrote a hell of a book.
Yeah, very talented individual. Charlie Adams had a real good year in 05. It was like our third receiver. Yeah, man, I tried to get as close to everyone on the team as I could.
Let's go, huh? Playmakers. Surrounded by playmakers right here.
You know, there were certain individuals that just were a joy to play with. You didn't have any doubt about their preparation, about what they were bringing to the field. First and foremost, I mean, Rod Smith really was, as far as,
we trust.
Yeah, you want to talk about a receiver, the quintessential receiver that does it all.
Yeah.
Not just catching and blocking and all that, but like over the locker room, looking out for guys.
Hey, Rod, we're walking around out there. We're walking around as a team. Tell those guys to get their ass going.
Rod really cared. He was a great teammate. I mean, Rod was it, man, as far as I could count on him for, I mean, everything.
Yeah.
He was there.
What does a guy like Champ Bailey bring to the locker room?
I played against Champ a lot. I actually didn't care for Champ until he became my teammate. Not that I didn't like him, I just was like, Cardinals, we used to play in the NFC East, and so I got a full dose of him, and I knew what he was bringing to this team. And for me, the beauty of playing with Champ was like, he was so cool and so calm.
Yeah.
And he never got real crazy out of a high or too low. He just was there and he was consistent. Don't worry, he's gonna cover the best receiver and make it a really hard day for that opposing quarterback.
The ball at the 5-yard line. Brady flushed and throws in the run. Pass going to be intercepted. Champ Bailey in the end zone. Down the sideline. Bailey, 30, 40, foot race. Bailey steps out of a tackle.
You know, my linemen I always loved so much. Try to keep in touch with those guys.
Yeah, you talk about keep in touch with old players. As we close up here, please talk about your efforts to keep these retired players active, to get them eating right. What are you doing for these guys?
What I'm currently doing now is farming and extracting and selling functional mushrooms. I'm benefiting from taking them for my long-term health, my vitality, inflammation. Why am I chosen to do this? Well, I've got connections with so many guys, and guys that I know that they beat their bodies up. They beat up their bodies. I got linemen that would put their head in the middle of in front of a blitzing safety to protect me. Like, it's only I have to do what I'm doing now to give back and thank them for that, and hopefully provide them with some hope for a better future. And so what we're doing now, we're launching a study here soon that's going to bring these guys together to put them on these natural ways of treating some of these symptoms and see if we can help them. What I'm trying to do is provide something for hope for a better future for them to feel better, to think clearer, and hopefully approach a nice old ripe age.
It's great, dude. It's great what you're doing. Just spending the day with you today, going out, playing pickleball, having some mushroom tea, experiencing all the nature that this great state has to offer. It's great to see that you're still staying active and you're making a lot of effort to keep other players active as well. And you were only here for 4 years, Jake, but I think it's safe to say you made a huge impact, and as much as you love Broncos country, I can assure you Broncos country loves you more. And thanks you for all that you did and all that you continue to do for the team, but also for the community at large.